Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. I know that everybody's been trying to ask me why I hadn't made videos in the last 2 weeks, and it honestly was the fact that there just wasn't really big wrestling news going around. I sort of maybe wanted to make videos for Monday Night Raw last week, but one thing led to another, and I didn't even watch the show. I just had fun kicking back with my family, with the kids being out of school and things like that every night, knowing coming home that I was going to watch a movie because they didn't have a bedtime, because they didn't have to go to school the next day, and one thing leads to another. I'm glad that I came back. A story has hit the bricks today. This is probably one of the biggest stories in professional wrestling, honestly, in my opinion, since the night that CM Punk left WWE, and it was announced on the Wrestling Observer with Dave Meltzer saying that basically Punk walked out of Monday Night Raw and it was never looking to return, and he hasn't returned since. And honestly, since that time, that was right before WrestleMania 30, after the Royal Rumble that year. So I guess it's been 2 years. I don't think that anything has come close to this. Last night, most wrestling fans, most people that have been watching this video would have watched Wrestle Kingdom last night. I know that it wasn't as big as it was last year because it wasn't really promoted like it was because of the fact that there was no Global Force, there was no Jeff Jarrett. They didn't go back and put it on American pay-per-view again, but you were able to watch it on New Japan World. They had Yoshitatsu, they had Matt Stryker, they had Kevin Kelly announcing the show in English. I was about to say in American, and sound real Southern hick, but I thought it was a very fun show. I honestly didn't listen to the audio that much because in order to stay awake, we had a Skype call with me and my buddies, and we were talking about wrestling. We were talking about everything that we were seeing during the show, and I honestly didn't hear the audio that much. It didn't matter to me if it was American or Japanese because I don't think I would have made it through the show if it wasn't for my friends. But I don't know when it was told to them, but there's a story up on Wrestling Observer right now that basically just says that New Japan is getting raped of its roster. WWE has gone in and signed, I don't want to say 4 of the biggest names that they have, but easily 2 of the biggest names, that being Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles, who wrestled for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship last night. They did have the moment with Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, exchanging a fist bump of respect after the match. Which I thought was going to lead to the Bullet Club coming down and beating up AJ for showing a sign of being a good guy, like they did when Finn Balor left. They ended up not really doing anything. I was thinking that maybe that they just wouldn't be there. I know that there's a New Japan show tonight, which would be like the Raw after WrestleMania. Cody Hall debuted on the show last year. I don't think there's going to be a lot of big things going down, but I think with this news, maybe that's a must-see TV show. And my buddy Justin just left. I should have asked him what he thought about it. He knows more about New Japan than I do. But definitely, they're not going to be leaving right now. There's a lot of money left on the table right now with Doc Gallows, Karl Anderson, AJ Styles all being Bullet Club members. Definitely, if you lose those 3 members, you're gutting the Bullet Club. Definitely, you've got Tama Tonga, you've got Bad Luck Fale, you've got that one Japanese dude, you've got Cody Hall, who you've been there. You leave those guys there. I like Bad Luck Fale. I really like Tama Tonga, but I know that he has his limits. He's not the best wrestler in the world. He's not the most over guy in the world. I like him because of his real life personality on Talkin' Shop, one of the best wrestling podcasts that there is, which I guess we're never going to get again, which I should probably go to MLW and download all the shows. I don't think they would take him down. I'm a VIP member. I can listen to him all the time, but there's only like 50 episodes. They're only half an hour long. It wouldn't take up that much space on my computer in order to save those or maybe even put them on a disc. I'm just talking out loud. But to have them, because I think those are going to be cool to have. I really loved every episode that they had. Doc Gallows and Karl Anderson, because of the fact that I listened to him on the podcast, probably one of the reasons why they were asked to do it and why they did it. was to sort of get a fan base, sell some t-shirts, definitely sell some merch, get some autograph and picture money when they do shows, because you get connected to the people. You want to walk up to them, tell them that you enjoy their podcast. You want to support them because they give you a half hour of their week every week, and you get the entertainment. I listen to it. Honestly, there's a lot of shows that I listen to twice on the day they come out. I listen to them first thing when I wake up, and then when I go to lunch hours later during the day, I'll listen to it again. And it never gets old to me. I've listened to old shows, and really, really good. Them as a member coming. I know that the big rumor is that basically AJ, Doc Gallows, and Karl Anderson will all debut, and we'll get the official Balor Club that people have been looking for. I'm 100% not sold on bringing the Balor Club or bringing the Bullet Club to NXT. I know that a lot of people think that Finn Balor is going to be a better wrestler once he's finally turned heel. He's a little bit babyfacious. I like Finn Balor the way he is, and I know that there's a demon. I know that there's a darker side to him, and that's going to be pulled out somewhere along the way. We definitely saw a little bit of that in the Samoa Joe match and the Samoa Joe feud that they had, but there's a lot of things coming from there. Shinsuke Nakamura is looked at as being one of the best wrestlers in the world. I know that he got a lot of mainstream exposure here in America, being featured in the Wale music video, and I know people are probably really surprised that I even knew about that. But fun stuff. I'll be honest. I've seen Doc Gallows. I've seen Karl Anderson wrestle. I'm a fan of the Bullet Club. They're one of the reasons why I was subscribed to New Japan Pro Wrestling with New Japan World the last year. Them coming is going to be fun. I like those guys. I want to support them. I'd get in their access line. I'd buy a t-shirt of whatever, comes out along the way. Doc Gallows is a great guy that is looked at with a lot of respect in professional wrestling, and him getting a chance to come back to WWE. One of the great things that's going to be there for AJ, Gallows, and Karl Anderson is that they're going to be, back here in America. They won't be as far away from their family as they are when they go on these big tours of Japan. Some people like it, some people don't like it. One bad thing is maybe Doc Gallows won't be able to work with his wife. That's probably a plus for their relationship, is that New Japan would bring her over, and they basically always be together. Doc Gallows also has the independent promotion, which is basically getting its own TV deal, Wrestle America, in southern Georgia. So he might have to give that up. But I honestly thought when this was first coming out that it was basically a rumor. I haven't listened to the Wrestling Observer Radio yet, but I guess I have a lot of things to get into tonight. I want to listen to that. I want to listen to Court Bauer's MLW Radio, two of my favorite wrestling podcasts that are out there. I probably need to do an updated top 5 wrestling podcasts for the people out there to know what I listen to. But I was very surprised by the wording of this story when I went to the Wrestling Observer. I thought that basically it was just going to say that WWE had interest in these guys, and we're going to be basically saying that, yeah, they have interest in them. They're good. But this is actually saying that the deal's done, that WWE signed them, that these guys have actually gone to Gato in New Japan and basically said that they're going to be leaving. A lot of the deals expire in New Japan after Wrestle Kingdom. I know there's a lot of money in New Japan to be breaking up the Bullet Club and seeing where they go from there, so it'll be fun to see what goes on with that one. But it's going to be a fun time in professional wrestling with lots of news about people moving, different companies. The Royal Rumble's coming around. People are always looking for new things to come up. You've got the, I think that, I'm not sure if there's going to be another NXT special between now and WrestleMania, but there's going to be the NXT show in Dallas, so there'll be a lot of people there. But I've never got a chance to meet Doc Gallows or Karl Anderson. I've never got a chance to meet Shinsuke Nakamura. Them coming stateside probably gives me a great chance to meet these guys, and that's one of the things as a wrestling fan I like to do. So we'll see what's going down. This is a fun time of professional wrestling, like I said. We could be seeing the Americanized Balor Club as a version of the Bullet Club. And there's pluses or minuses about what I think about that. But very, very fun stuff. We saw WWE empty out their pocketbooks in order to sign Alberto Del Rio to bring in a Mexican star. I know that they have Hideo Itami Kenta. It was another Japanese star. But, you can go back to the world of Yoshitatsu. You can go back to, Kai and Tai. What was that guy's name? The guy that was the light heavyweight championship guy. They try to get stars from around the world to come here to prove that they are the greatest wrestling company in the world. This is one way of doing it, and this is a big move, whether if it's by Triple H or whether if it's by Vince McMahon. I'm hoping that these are main roster guys. AJ Styles should have been on the main roster 2 years ago, leaving TNA and coming to WWE, but they lowballed him, and he went to Wrestle for New Japan, and he was able to show that he's one of the best wrestlers in the world, upping his game and showing that he had a lot more to offer than he ever had wrestling for TNA.